Just before 7 a.m. and I'm dropping Rory off at camp and then headed to IRE. You ready, Rory? Come here. Okay, made it to Orlando here at IRE. You can see the Sinclair booth right there. I probably shouldn't turn my back to them because I might get shot. So we'll go down here and see what's going on. These are just the different booths here. Over here we have Tegna. Probably shouldn't turn my back on them either. You know what? They pass out some free swag. This right here is the Meredith booth. And as you can see, you can get yourself a water bottle here. And then over here is the Nexstar booth. Again, I probably shouldn't turn my back on them either. Over here you got Fox News and Fox Business. You come down here. This is the NBC booth right here. So that's the NBC O&Os. Recruiting booths are set up by different companies that are looking to recruit talent, and IRE is probably a pretty good place to do it because most of these people, if they're here, it's investigative reporters, and they're probably a little bit better than just your average reporter that wants to be on TV. Some woman from Denver, KUSA, came up to me and she goes, "Scott Jones," she goes, "you don't know who I am, but you used to be my boss." And she looked familiar, but for the life of me, I didn't know who she was, which is really kind of bumming me out. Like, I'm thinking maybe I'm getting old. See the sign right there? You can sign up for a one-on-one session with Al Tompkins of the Poynter Institute. And if you come over here, there is Al Tompkins of the Poynter Institute. Or is he over there? No, that's him. I'm going to try and get his autograph. You wondered if there'd be celebrities. Drew Carey is here from Price is Right, which is always great to see. If you're wondering how conventions have changed since, well, the day I started first going to them back in the early, now when you come to the conventions, they have a selfie spot. So you can stand in front of the screen and take a selfie of you at IRE. Anyway, when you come to IRE, the greatest thing for me is to meet people that I've either messaged on Twitter, we follow each other on Twitter and everything else, and one person that I've literally followed for a long, long time, and a person that I've known for a long, long time but have never met in person is Lisa Guerrero with Inside Edition. And look, Lisa Guerrero.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
So you came to IRE, but then you had to leave. What happened?
This is the news business, as you know, Scott. So I came down here for the first day of IRE to go to all of the seminars and to be inspired by the speakers here and to share ideas about different investigations, as one does here.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, yesterday morning, which was the second morning, there was breaking news in Daytona Beach. We're in Orlando right now, but up the street, an hour and a half away, was a roller coaster accident where two people were ejected from a roller coaster and others were rescued from a roller coaster that was hanging upside down. And so I got pulled from the seminar yesterday to do the breaking news up the street, so I missed yesterday's seminar, but we were able to find some really interesting information out about that accident, where there was an inspection done on that roller coaster just hours before this tragic accident. So we were able to report that. It led our show last night. Then they released me from breaking news, and I was able to come back here for the third day of the seminar. So I'm back, but that's just typical news, right? You never know if there's breaking news in your area. If you travel around the world and the country, especially like I do, If there's some breaking news, then they're going to pull you away from your investigation or your seminar, and you're going to go work.
Anybody that reads your tweets knows your political slant, but there's no hatred in it, really.
No.
I mean, you're more like, you like to retweet people that share an opinion and stuff like that, but, you know, how do you kind of walk that fine line? Because there really is. You really aren't. I never see anything that's like downright mean. You know, you're just like sharing your ideas, but you have an interesting story. Your mother was an immigrant when she came here, so you're very passionate about, you know, the whole Trump policy on immigration and stuff like that. But how do you do it? I mean, how do you make sure that as I said, you're very respectful in your tweets, even though you know where you stand?
Well, I think, you know, part of the reason that I'm doing what I'm doing as an investigative reporter is I consider myself a victim's advocate. And I think that what we do as journalists is, besides just telling a story, we're able to speak for people that don't have a voice and don't have the platform that we have. So, you know, I'm a daughter of a social worker. My dad works for the Salvation Army, and my mom was an immigrant from South America, and I'm the first Guerrero born in this country, first generation Latina from Chile, and I feel like it's part of my job to be a voice for people that don't have the type of platform that I have. And so I use Twitter, separate from my job on Inside Edition, I use Twitter to voice my opinion about things without, you know, you will rarely see me, if ever, mention TRUMP in any of my tweets. But I do certainly talk about immigration reform. I talk about social justice issues. I'm a former sportscaster, so I talk a lot about sports and Colin Kaepernick and the players kneeling during the anthem. I talk about the professional cheerleaders not making minimum wage and the fact that I think they need to be unionized and respected and not sexually harassed. So I talk about a lot of social justice issues from my perspective because I am a former Rams cheerleader, I am a former sportscaster, I'm an immigrant's daughter, I'm a social worker's daughter, and I think that gives me a fully informed place to come from. But as you said, Scott, I come from a place of love and understanding and compassion and empathy. I do not come from a place of hate or judgment.
Right. And if you remember in my last vlog that I posted in Naples, as I checked out of the hotel room, you guys all saw me leave a tip for the maid, and I told you if you don't leave a tip for the maid, you're an idiot. Well, I've always left tips for the maid, always, but I have to be honest, thanks to this woman, I've upped the amount of money I leave, and she's always very much an advocate, but you don't realize that sometimes that, you know, these people are coming in cleaning your room and picking up your crap and everything else, and it's a job that, you know, and because of you, you know, instead of leaving $2, you know, a night, I'm leaving $4 a night or something like that.
That's
so
awesome.
It's great to meet you and get to, you know, as I said, you and I have DM'd each other for a long time and everything else, but to meet you and everything else, it's awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's good to meet you too.
It's great to finally meet up with Lisa Guerrero. As I said, we've messaged each other for quite a long time, and I've been a fan of hers since she was on Best Damn Sports Show on Fox, which was, I think Lisa, and maybe I should not tell you what year that was. It's going to date us. So, anyway, cool person.
Every time there's a meeting going on, if we say something wrong, they'll chase us up. Security.
So basically what's going on here is people are showing videos of stories that they've done, what they're working on and stuff like that, and kind of just sharing ideas and just showing off their stuff. If you're at a TV conference and you just have no idea where you're going to find the journalist, probably the smartest place to go is the coffee shop. Look at that line, and it's 10:30 in the morning. At 8 o'clock this morning, it was twice as long. After shooting video basically here for a day and a half out in the lobby, I have been then told to no longer shoot video in the lobby. So I think that's going to pretty much wrap up my IRE experience. Oh, look at that. Right there is the Vice President of News for Meredith Broadcasting, Gary Brown, working hard on the phone or hardly working. So anyway, always great coming to IRE, hanging out, but that's going to wrap it up. Making the drive home from IRE, and just before 3 o'clock in the afternoon, So we have the afternoon Florida rainstorms. Makes for a fun drive. Not.